what's up, gang? Case here with our at-home Metcon for Saturday, November 28th. We've got two 10-minute ladders today, 4-minute rest in between. First one is goblet squats and weighted sit-ups. Rep scheme is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. So on 3, 2, 1, go, you're going to pick up that weight, knock out 2 goblet squats. Let's go over our basic checklist here. Shoulder width stance. Our toes should be pointed out slightly. This dumbbell should be a little bit off of our chest, so try not to let it rest back on that chest. Also, I see people, they'll get into this like pseudo front rack where they can just kind of let the dumbbell rest on their shoulders. Try to stay away from that one as well. The reason we hold this dumbbell out here is to help you build some strength and stability in your shoulders as well as your core. So keeping it off the chest just a bit. Big, tall chest as we descend. And then if we have the ability, get that hip crease below the knee. Keep that belly tight throughout. And then come up with a good breathing pattern today. I like to breathe in on the way down, out on the way up for those reps. After 2 reps there, you'll bring it down for a weighted sit-up. You don't want to be holding something too heavy for these. So prescribed weight is 20 pounds for men, 15 for ladies. So if you've got a lighter plate at home, lighter dumbbell at home, go for that approach. Err on the lighter side. On these, you're going to keep that plate close to your body. Roll back. Once you're to the ground, then you're going to lift overhead, tap that plate, and then you can actually use that momentum a bit to bring that plate forward to help bring you up to the top. So a little bit easier movement on our abs actually, but a little bit harder tying the lats and the upper body into the equation. After you do 2 reps there, you'll stand it back up, 4 goblet squats, 4 sit-ups, 6, 6, 8, 8. You'll continue climbing by 2 reps every round until that 10 minutes runs out. You'll rest 4 minutes, and then you'll go into ladder number 2, which is going to be dumbbell deadlift and burpees over that object. So if you've got a heavier dumbbell, I'd recommend using that for these dumbbell deadlifts. I'll use 50 on this workout. Dumbbell starts right between the arches of your feet. Don't get too wide on our stance. I still see people to this day set up way out here, shoulder width or even wider when they deadlift. Come into hip width, toes straight forward, and then in the bottom, we want our hips to be below our shoulders, but above our knees, keeping our shins completely vertical. As we stand, don't lean back, still see that a lot. Get straight up and down, belly tight, then send those hips back, bend the knees at the last moment to bring those hips down into that setup position. Same thing, come up with a breathing rhythm there. I like to breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. After 2 reps there, lay that dumbbell down on its side into our burpee. Keep those hands close to your ribs. Keep your belly tight in the bottom. And then when you pop those feet in, let's be about shoulder width. Don't get goofy out here with this wide pop or in here narrow. Stay shoulder width, even if that means popping the feet back a little bit farther. And then from there, if you have the ability, I want a 2-foot takeoff, 2-foot landing so that we get that lateral jump stimulus specifically out of this workout. Finish each rep by jumping over. You'll do 2 reps on those burpees. Then you'll go 4 deadlifts, 4 burpees, 6, 6, same way that we did on that first one. 10 minutes is a long time for a 2, 4, 6, 8 building by 2s ladder. So first thing, start your early reps at the same pace that you expect to finish at. When you look at those small sets early on, you're like, oh man, 4 reps, I can burn through that. You should hit those 4 reps the same pace that you're going to be hitting that set of 20 or 22, whatever it is that you end up finishing at. Also come into it with a plan. As you get into those higher rep sets, don't try to go unbroken. Have an idea of when I get to that set of 20, maybe I do 10 and 10 in order to get to my number 20 so that I'm not redlining too early on. Last tip on this one, try not to spot that clock for as long as you can. You'll climb through some of those early rounds really quickly. So the fallacy here is we tend to look at the clock thinking that we're 5, 6 minutes in and we're really only 2 to 3 minutes in. So resist checking that clock, and I'm sure you'll give it a check later in the workout. Good luck today. Rounds and reps for each one's going to be your score. Just to keep things simple, if you complete the round of 12s, then call it 12 plus whatever. Truly you're only through 6 rounds because you're building by twos, but just for simplicity's sake, if you got all the way through 12 deadlifts and 12 burpees, your score would be 12 plus however many reps you were into that following round. Good luck today, and we'll see you back on Monday.